Hi, good evening, Dr. Flynn. This week we are supposed to review the sampling technology, which is GIT. So GIT is a version control system. In my setup, I'm using Git Bash and also Atom as my text editor. As we know, in the Git, we have the file tracking that is enabled, which has four different states: untracked, tracked, modified, and staged. So whenever a new file is created, it goes into untracked, and then once we add it for it to be tracked by Git, it will be started tracking, and we have options for the file to be uh, uploaded so that it can be committed into the snapshot. So the first one is the Git version. The once I have installed, I check what is the version of Git by running the command GIT dash dash version, which shows me as 2.22.0. That is the version I'm using. And it's always important to know what is your current working directory. So the current path working directory is given by pwd command, which is path to working directory. And then I have created for a sample project, I have created two folders, test git, and added some files to it. So here I have listed out various files on the current directory, and once the file is added, you can just check the status of the git. You can initialize the repository, and once to know the status, you need to type in git status. And we need to configure the user every time. It's a good practice to actually configure the user that is connecting to the git repository. So in this case, I have configured my username and my email. I'm adding a new file, and when you do a git status, it shows that a one dirty file exists that needs to be committed, which is test.file.txt. And once we, for the system to start tracking it, we need to do a git command add. So here git command add is what I have done. So that's why the text is now in the new state, which is being ready to be added to the snapshot. And then the commit is the operation that will actually push the file back to our system, back to the repository that we have created. So git commit, first commit is the example that I have chosen here. So edit file, once you edit a file, and whenever you do a git status, it shows that a file has been modified, where git is tracking all the files within the folder. And then you have made couple more edits to have added one more file and made some edits, and do a git status and did a commit, so that we can have multiple git commands commits that has been made. So again, here is another extension of adding to the current folder. So git log will be the command that will give you all the list of commits that have been made to the git repository. So we can also do a filter on finding what are the various commits made before a certain date or after a certain date, or we can actually filter on who made a particular commit on your team by an author name. So git checkout would be the message command that you would be using to check out the latest code to your local machine. And git rename, I have a rename file is done by actually moving mv command. Mv command is used to actually rename the file. I'll quickly switch to finding the differences between two different commits. So two different commits, it can be done by using the git dash and git diff, and you pick the commit number that has been that you want to compare against, and this is a command that is showing how to do the comparison. So I have various other slides that are showing the other steps that we could do. So how to switch the head branch from the current master to the branch that you're creating. And branches are used when you're trying to have different code bases. And merge is an operation that will allow us to merge two different branches. And the command for that is git checkout, and you initially check out the branch that you want to merge from, and then you merge your branch using these commands. Alright, I think I have few more slides, but I think that within the running time short, I'll add this presentation as an attachment for you to review. Thank you very much.